Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm going to be jumping on the Argo XF500 and we're going to be putting a beacon light on the top for emergency purposes and tactical operations. So you don't want to miss this episode, and yeah, let's get right into it. Well guys, welcome back to the channel again. We are running with some side-by-side content today. It's going to be a quick short install video. Haven't really been active on the Argo, but that's about to change. But for now, the equipment and everything I have planned for it is basically all finished. The only exception is a beacon light. Now, when you're using these things off-roading, a lot of people put those antenna whips with the flag, and those are good in hilly areas or areas that kind of hide the vehicle. But this vehicle is going to be used more for tactical operations in terms of low lighting, of smoke, and those types of issues that you'd run into it due to the fact that it's kind of a fire suppression unit. So with that, the antenna won't work as well as it should in terms of lighting. So we're going to talk a little bit about the lighting, the headlight, the high beams, the low beams, the fog lights. Those come with the equipment of the vehicle, which we will go and show you guys how the effectiveness in low lighting is on this vehicle. But more importantly, because it's used as a mainly off-road operations in terms of an industrial capacity, we're going to need to have a beacon. So I went with basically a removable plug-in beacon, but the problem with that is that the roof is is that plastic roof. So the beacon that usually mounts to a metal roof with the magnet won't work with this application. But I have come up with a bit of a workaround on that, which this video is all about. So let's jump on the table. I'll show you the beacon and I'll show you how we're going to mount it. It's pretty simple, and then we'll get into the modification and then show you the final result. And here it is. It's pretty simple. This is just a regular emergency beacon, and we're going to talk a little bit about what type of light is good in foggy or smoky conditions. But that aside, this is the beacon we're going to use. It's a cheap beacon. It's nothing too fancy. You get this at any type of store, like if you're in the US, I'm pretty sure Harbor Freight has them. Here in Canada, I got it off of Princess Auto. Basically has a coil cord for expansion, and then it just plugs into the 12-volt adapter. So it's pretty simple, straightforward, and again, it's a magnet mount, so it's easy on and off. It looks like those undercover cop cars that would use them, but they're using the red color. But again, this is for emergency uses, for operations, so we go with the amber one. Now, to put it on top of the vehicle, like I said, the roof is plastic, so that isn't going to work. So I went with this type of setup. It's basically a sheet metal, and it will hold the magnet. So you put it on there and it'll hold pretty decently. If you're going to hit a branch or you're going to hit low lining shrubbery, that may come off. A lot of vibration, different types of bumps may bump it off, but this is supposed to be low speed driving over many obstacles. So this is what this test is about. Is this adequate? However, to get this mounted to the side-by-side, I am going to use some goop, and this is basically an automotive adhesive, and it's a permanent bond, and it's got extremely flex. It's waterproof and everything, so this should work in theory. So basically, I'm going to just kind of goop the bottom of it like a gasket and then set it on top of the side-by-side. So that's the first order of business. That's basically how I'm going to have it set up in terms of how I'm going to mount it. Now, prep work is the most important part of this, so this is what we're going to talk a little bit about on the before we actually mount this. Well guys, to go in with the preparation work, I don't want this thing here to stick. Anything with glues and adhesives, you got to really be careful on the way you mount it. So in other words, glues don't like dirt, dust, or anything dirty, and it has to be a very clean surface. So to clean the surface, again, this metal pad may have some type of coating on it so it doesn't rust, so we got to get that off of, and then again prep the surface of the roof of it so it doesn't have any contamination. So with that, I'm going to go with an alcohol solution. I got some Delin here. This is more for first aid measures, but it works really good. So we're going to get a clean rag. We're going to wipe the area that we have on the side-by-side, and then we're going to wipe down this metal plate. And then from the metal plate, that's when I'll put the goop on it and then set it on top, let it sit for a bit, and then hopefully have it you know, set properly and go from there. But yeah, like again, quick video, just a bit of a how to get something that is a magnetic mount to a top of something that is either aluminum or plastic. Alrighty guys, now we got that set. We're gonna have to leave it drying for about 24 hours is what the instructions say. So I'm gonna leave it into the garage. I'm gonna put a little bit of a weight on it just so it can really bond to the surface. And then once it's all dry, I'm gonna put the light on it and then run the wires and everything so they don't look too bad and they're not in any way. So stay tuned. Like I said, it's a two-part video that I'm gonna be filming, but I'll have to wait till tomorrow to finish the job. So I'm gonna head on in and let this cure for the night and then get back on it. in about tomorrow evening. Well guys, it's been 24 hours. Now that the glue has set, we can go take a look at it. Definitely need some work on my modification skills. Kind of put too much glue on it and it kind of squirted around the edges. It stuck to the box that was weighing it down. So it's got a little bit of cardboard stuck to it and it doesn't look kind of clean around the edges. I'll fix that up. But again, it's not a visual thing because you do not see it. So I'll let it ride this time, but I'll show you the plate. Then we'll put the flashing amber light on it and show you how it functions. Well, there we go, guys. Again, it needs a lot of work in progress. Again, this is the cardboard that's stuck to it. It kind of off-centered as well. I was trying to make it, but it is functional. It does work. Again, not too happy with my workmanship. Definitely need some practice with it, but for what it is and for what I need, you know, it'll accept it. I can't see it while I'm driving the vehicle, so that's the bonus part. So the only ugly thing is if I do any drone footage shots on the top, you'll see this hatch. So anyway, guys, let's throw the amber light on it and run it up and show you what she looks like. Well, guys, there she is. She's all running and mounted like that. So again, in the garage, you don't really see it too much. You'll notice it better in the conditions that I kind of set it for, but she's sitting up there, of course, to get on some test drives. Now, the way I've run it, because it's a plug and play, I have it situated basically like this. It just runs down, it goes underneath this roof line here so it doesn't really flop around as much as possible. I go down the A-pillar of the UTV, then I go under the mesh side, and then it goes into the 12-volt accessories. So it's out of the way from the driver. You can still access things and not get in any way. You know, it's got this little cord in the way. Again, if you're a single operator, it's not a big deal. Two operators, it's still not in any visual or in any of the windshield's way or in any way of the driver controls or whatnot. So that's kind of what I've set up to do. And other than the poor workmanship on the mounting bracket, I think it works just fine. So yeah, no, that's basically what I'm going to look at. So then I'm going to take this out and test it a little bit more in the field and show you guys how it works. And I got some testing methods that I'm going to see the effectiveness with the amber emergency operation light. So that's kind of what we see here with the Argo XF500 tactical response vehicle. Well guys, that wraps up this quick video. Again, just a small little install for the emergency lighting on the side-by-side. Excellent for low lighting conditions, smoky, foggy conditions, and any type of operations in like industrial or workplace settings. So if you found this video entertaining, or if you got any suggestions, leave them in the drop box below. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode of Cordetti Motorsports. You guys stay loose for now.